She trusted her husband and her sister. Then she found them together. My name is Maya. I'm 27 years old and I live in Denver, Colorado. I work as an event planner. My husband's name is Ethan. He's 32 and he's a financial advisor. We met at a work conference 8 years ago and we got married just 1 year later. Back then, life felt full of love, support, and dreams we built side by side. We leaned on each other through everything. I truly believed our love was something nothing could break. My younger sister, Nora, was also a huge part of my world. Our parents raised us to always look out for one another, no matter what. 11 years ago, we lost both our parents in a devastating car crash. That single day changed everything. I was shattered, terrified, but I knew I had to stay strong for Nora. She was still so young, and in that moment I became more than a sister to her, I became her mother too. I worked myself to the bone, gave up things I wanted, sacrificed pieces of my own future so she could have hers. All I wanted was for her to grow up surrounded by love, safety, and opportunity. For 7 long years, I poured everything I had into keeping her safe. Her happiness was my only mission. Eventually, Nora moved to Chicago to study. I was proud, and for the first time in years, my heart felt at peace. Life slowed down. It felt simple again. After 3 years away, she came home. She was 21 now, radiant, confident, glowing with life. I was overjoyed to have her back. But the first time Ethan saw her after her return, something shifted. He looked at her in a way I'd never seen before. The silence that followed felt heavy, and something inside me went quiet with worry. I asked him why he'd looked at her like that. He said nothing. He just looked away. I wanted to believe it meant nothing. I told myself I was imagining things, but deep down I knew something was changing. Slowly, Ethan stopped showing me any warmth. His words turned cold. He stopped looking at me the way he used to. Nora changed too. She stopped asking how I was doing, stopped caring about the bond we'd always shared. My heart began to hollow out, and the home I'd built no longer felt like home. Then one night, Ethan stormed in, furious, and looked me dead in the eyes. "Is that baby even mine?" he shouted. I froze. His words hit me like flames. I hadn't done anything wrong. I begged him to listen, told him I loved him, that I would never betray him, but he wouldn't hear it. He refused to believe me. So I stayed quiet, hoping things would somehow fix themselves. I kept loving him anyway, kept our home warm even as his heart turned to ice. One Thursday, I went to the mall to pick up a few things. While I was walking, something stopped me cold. I saw Ethan and Nora, hand in hand, walking close together like a couple. I followed them silently, praying I was wrong. Then I watched him lead her into a jewelry store. I stood outside and watched him slide a ring onto her finger. My whole world caved in. I couldn't breathe. My hands shook. It felt like my soul had cracked in two. The next day I found them in the living room, laughing together like nothing had happened. I stood in the doorway and said, "Wow, my husband and my sister, right here in my house." I looked at Nora and asked if she even remembered the sister who raised her. She said nothing at first. I asked if she ever thought about our parents or about my love for her. She whispered, "I didn't plan this, but he loves me now." My heart broke all over again. I told her, "You didn't fall in love. You fell into shame." Ethan told me Nora would be living with us now upstairs. He said if I wanted to stay, I could sleep downstairs. If not, I was free to leave. I stood there, speechless, tears filling my eyes. The man I loved had turned me into a stranger in my own home. That night I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. I kept asking myself why this had happened to me. I realized I had trusted the wrong people. I'd lost everything, but I stayed silent. Nora came to talk to me later. She cried, said she never meant for it to happen. Her words meant nothing to me anymore. I felt hollow inside. One night I heard her crying, shaking on the floor. I went at her. She looked up at me and said, "I'm sorry, I never wanted this." I told her, "You broke what we had. You don't belong to anyone now." My heart ached for her, but I couldn't forget what she'd done. I no longer felt like her sister, just a shadow in that house. The next morning I packed my bags. My decision was already made. Nora grabbed my hand, crying, begging me to stay. "This is your home," she said. I looked into her eyes and said, "I feel your pain even now, but I can't live like this anymore." I walked out of that house for good. Ethan watched me leave. He didn't stop me. He didn't say he was sorry. He looked proud. That's when I understood everything. He never loved me. He never loved Nora either. He used us both, played with our hearts, and destroyed our peace. I felt small, broken, but a quiet voice inside me whispered, "This isn't the end." So I started over. I used my savings to open a small salon. I worked every day, met new people, and slowly remembered how to smile again. My pain turned into strength, piece by piece. I found joy in helping others rebuild, just like I was rebuilding myself. I wasn't lost anymore. I was building a new life with my own 2 hands. Weeks later, Nora left Ethan too. One night she showed up at my door, crying, her clothes torn, her body worn thin with exhaustion. "Please forgive me," she said. "I made a terrible mistake. I hurt you, but I still love you like my sister." She had been wrong, but she was telling the truth. I forgave her. I never forgot the pain, but I understood her regret. I never thought about Ethan again. He was a selfish man, and there was no room left in my heart for him. Nora and I live together again now. I gave her a place at the salon. We work side by side. 5 years have passed since that day. We're not perfect, but we're at peace. We understand each other better now. We carry scars, but we also carry hope. Our bond is stronger than it ever was before. We learned that life was never about being perfect. It's about healing, learning, and forgiving. We lost so much, but we found our way back to each other, and that matters more than anything else ever could. So remember this, respect is not something someone gives you, it's something you're owed. Every young woman needs to know that life will test her. People will hurt you, but you have to rise. Don't carry guilt forever. Forgive yourself and let go of the hate. Hate will only break you further. You deserve peace. You deserve love. You deserve freedom. Love that brings you pain isn't love at all, it's a warning sign. Protect your heart. Protect your spirit. You are strong. You are enough. This story is for every woman who has ever been betrayed. You are not alone. Your pain is real, but so is your strength. You can survive heartbreak. You can build a new life from the ashes. Let your tears water the ground your future grows from. Let your strength shine through. Share this story if you believe in second chances, in forgiveness, and in the power to heal.